Don't y'all love it when y'all get packages in? It's just like Christmas for me, just like, you know, opening up your packages that you get on Christmas Day. It's kind of like that every time I order from Amazon. Not sponsored, but man, I love to go to Amazon. Amazon is like the all around one-stop shop for me. Yeah. I know I go to other sites, but you know, anyway, it's just, I like to go to Amazon. Hard Amazon, just not sponsored. I don't know, I'm being really silly right now. Bubble wrap, don't need. Extension cord, I needed this extension cord. I needed something that can be able to handle a heavy draw. Extension cords always get a good extension cord, especially when you have strobes or anything like that tethered to, don't have a power bank or a brick or something like that, and you have to plug into a wall or something of that nature. Get you a good extension cord. You'll need it, trust me. It'll save you a lot of headache in the future. Ooh, sorry about that. I did that to the mic. Microfiber cloth. Tethering cable, which I'll explain to y'all in a minute why I bought a second tethering cable. And the grand finale of what I'm super excited for. That's petty. This right here. This was actually a keypad lock for my door, for my studio. A few times I almost locked myself out. So let me explain to y'all a little bit about why I got the second cord here, but why what's in this box is probably what had that perfect storm happen to me, why I lost all my data. That nightmare comes to reality kind of thing happened. And trust me, I do everything I can to try to make sure I have redundancy, second copies of, but just that perfect storm, y'all. And I'm gonna give to y'all what I think might have happened, and that perfect storm. And I have 5 things that I think that probably would have happened. 1, software issue. 2, bad cord. 3, bad hard drive. 4, operating system conflict. And the last one, me. I was the problem, which I'm gonna put myself last because I know I was first. I think I was the main reason this what is it called? Catastrophic? Yeah, catastrophic failure just happened, and my nightmares came to reality, man. Okay, class, settle down, settle down. Today we're gonna talk about how a photographer lost his data and all his images on a hard drive. Whew. So, once upon a time, there was a photographer named Nike. His average day of going to the studio, and all is well in Nikeville. I can't even keep this up, y'all. Just being too silly. All right, back to what we was talking about. All right, so my first problem is that I'm new to the Mac system. Yeah, I know. I've been shooting for almost 2 decades, and I never had a Mac up until 2023. Yes, y'all, I ran Windows. Yes, I am a PC guy. Yes, I don't mind being able to be diversified and with the different operating systems. And no, it's not a problem. But I really didn't have a complete understanding of the Mac system and how it really functions. But I downloaded this software called Smart Shooter 4, which allow you to have multiple cameras to be able to go and upload to your hard drive or to your computer. But I opened up the software, and I really didn't understand really what was going on with it. So a steady working with it, I just kind of minimized it, and I went to the default Sony software, which Sony, y'all know, y'all should have done. You know, y'all can do multiple cameras. But anyway, so I decided not to go with the software, and the software actually changed my camera settings to not save anything on the memory card of the camera, but put everything onto the hard drive itself. Now, that is not a default plan for me because I like to have a redundancy. Like I said, two copies of something. So normally my normal process is that when I'm here at the studio, when I'm shooting tethered, I have one copy saved to the camera, one copy saved to the hard drive. When I get home, I put the memory card on top of my desk. I upload everything from my hard drive, my portable hard drive that I use from going back and forth the studio to the house. I upload it to my server, which is more of a backup. And then from my server, I back that server up. So until then, that memory card do not get deleted. Now, do I use the images from the memory card? Sometimes I don't even touch the memory card. It just get wiped right away. But it's a backup just in case something happened. But in that case, it was everything was on the hard drive itself and nothing else. This is when I got home, I went to go plug it into the PC, and none of the files were being read. It kept giving me this corrupt look. It's like, it couldn't see the images, and it just kind of giving me these things. And the Sony software was like, the images are corrupted. And I'm like, okay, well, maybe by any luck of a chance, it's in the Mac structured and it just can't be read by PC. So the next day I came back to the studio, I decided to plug it into the Mac, Mac PC. Anyway, to the Mac. When I plugged it into my Mac Studio, same situation, but a steady 300 files, it was 190 files. So what's going on? Why am I losing files besides it being corrupted? So real quickly, I decided to transfer the files into the Mac computer, which I was only able to save 26 files, spoiler alert, from that shoot. But I had brought my PC laptop, plugged it in there, and it went from there, it went all the way down to like 50 files. But this time it was deleting folders. I'm like, what is going on here? So, and I'm in full panic mode because now I'm not only losing the pictures from the shoot, but I'm losing actually other shoots. Now, I really wasn't that concerned because I had already, like I told y'all, my structure of bagging up, I already had them saved, but the images from that shoot I had shot that previous day was not saved. Everything was on that one hard drive, and I didn't even get it home to bag it up before I had problems with it. So yeah, that was my perfect storm and everything that happened. I feel bad because I went through all this work, and I hate losing anything, but also as well as I had the model come up, and work with the model. It was my first time shooting with the model. That set a bad taste in her mouth for me. And if you actually seen this video, I do apologize. I literally am not playing when I lost everything, except for the few images that I was able to save and send to her. But here are some things that I'm gonna do now to make sure that this never happened again. Okay, so here are some things I did to make sure that I don't have this problem ever again. So when I took the hard drive back to Best Buy, I actually did the proper way of checking my hard drive by running a program called Pre-Clear to make sure that the hard drive is good and that I didn't have a bad hard drive, which happens. Everybody can get a bad hard drive, y'all. So be sure to kind of make sure that y'all, if y'all data is really important, to kind of, if you're technical, try to make sure that your hard drive is good. If you hear noises or little clicks that's a little louder on a hard drive, it's a red flag. It don't matter, just take it back right away and ask for another hard drive, even if it's good or bad. That way you don't have a problem later on down the line. So that's one of the things I'm looking to do. So the second one was I actually sat down, learned the software, made sure I understood the software, what it was doing, how it reacts, everything. So that way, when I'm working with this software, I have a full understanding of what's going on. Then the other one, which is the third thing, is that I made sure that now that my camera is actually saving the images on the memory card as well as the hard drive. This way I have redundancy. And last, and all things, I'm taking my time, y'all, to make sure I'm doing things right. And I stay with my file structure, and I'm not shooting off the hip trying to try new experiments, things like this, especially when it's that critical and important, y'all. All right, y'all. So if y'all stay with me on this whole journey of my craziness and everything that was happening, I talk to y'all later. Remember, share, subscribe. I'm about to say I'm losing it now, y'all. Subscribe, and until the next one, peace.